So Simo Rahara, right, the YouTuber, he posts a community post that the next episode is going to be mad. That this time it's just fights, right? Spoilers. There's going to be Yamamoto's fight. They're going to show the fight in full. Blah blah blah. I'm like, exactly. So even you know
that they've not been showing fights.
That they've not been showing the fights as detailed as we would like. That's why he's getting hyped. So I'm like, these guys are damage controlling. As a fan, you must demand more. Like it's like Bleach fans they have such low self-esteem that they're just happy to be getting anything.
vibes. Come to my city where people's look cute with the money connect. You better relax, make it swallow your pride when you come on this side. Hands in the head, make it crack me and smile, fulfilling the vibe. Come to Cairo, make I show you the hero, we'll push on the side. Looking for ways to go pump in this town.
1,000 Year Blood War.
Yeah.
Have you been watching?
Yeah, I have.
What has been your impression so far?
Okay, to be honest, I thought I was more hyped for it.
Right.
But like, I'm just like, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm not getting the excitement.
Okay.
That I thought I would expect from it.
Why?
Because I think I've read the manga, I finished everything till date.
Yeah.
Maybe because I know what's going to happen already, I don't know. But
okay.
It's nice, but I'm not getting that same. Bleach was Bleach. Okay, that's not from the beginning. Bleach itself, was one of my childhood animes.
Okay.
Like I grew up on Bleach.
Sure.
Naruto was there, but Bleach was my
main.
My main. Naruto was just like just
side bitch.
But Bleach was my main, and I followed Bleach like. I think I caught up, then I had to be waiting for episodes.
Yes, sure.
But yeah, it ended well. It ended okay. Well, let me say well, but
the manga or the anime?
The anime, when it ended, then they tried for us. They pushed it as far as they could, but it felt rushed still.
Yes.
Then the manga, I read the manga. It was very interesting, but watching this now, I don't know, maybe it's the artwork, I don't know, something else doesn't feel right.
Okay, maybe I'm just old.
Or maybe I'm just old. Something else doesn't feel right.
Yeah, the 1,000 Year Blood War arc started in 2012, when the anime ended, and it finished in 2016, right?
Yeah.
So, the anime ended 2012, and me as probably the #1 Bleach fan in Africa, it has to be said. I felt a lot of persecution, a lot of oppression from my friends, One Piece fans, Naruto fans. I endured all these things. And yes, you also had the segment of Bleach fans who left Bleach, who abandoned Bleach. Now, when the anime is back, you see them, they're making clickbait titles on YouTube. I see all of you. All the ones that abandoned Bleach are started doing One Piece, I see you. Yes, I don't want to call Tekken out. Tekken, I think he did his best. I think he's a man of good intention. But to leave Bleach and start doing One Piece is like sacrilege. For me, it's sacrilege. But Tekken, I would say, is the only Bleach fan that I respect from the bottom of my heart. Right? Because he has all this Zanpakuto, he has all the cartoons, Haori, you know what I mean? So like, he dedicated his life to Bleach. But I think maybe the reason why he went to One Piece was because he needed to keep making content. And he basically completed Bleach in terms of content. The other guy is like Shimurahara as well. Shimurahara is a guy that probably has more of my respect because his own is just Bleach. Like, that is his own thing. And he goes into the novels. I think he's from Algeria or Tunisia, something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe he's a bigger Bleach fan than me because I feel like he's read the novels. I read only the translations because I looked for the novels. You just can't find them. Bleach stuff, once it comes out, you have to buy it immediately. Otherwise, you will never find it. So, I'll give him the respect. So I'll say maybe Sub-Saharan Africa, I'm #1. But So I saw that shift, right? People making fun of Bleach, now they're turning around, they're getting hype, and it is hype. The first thing I noticed was that the Getsuka
Color.
they changed the color from blue to yellow. I don't understand it. You understand? And part of the hype building in was that okay, Kubo is more involved in the anime production process, and he's giving notes to the animators, like fights that he did not include in the manga because of the rush, story plot points that some of which we saw, right? Like you see that part where Ishida is in his father's study in the Quincy library.
Yeah.
You understand? That wasn't in the manga. But you know what my problem is? My problem is that there are stuff in the manga that's not in the anime.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, this is
more important than this.
Yeah, it's like you have the time now to be faithful to the content, to be faithful to the material, to say, okay, this is the manga, let's follow it. They're not following it. It starts from something very small, like when Ichigo returned from Ivan, where he fought that first Aranka, right? The Quincy Aranka. Inoue asked how he was doing, if he needed any help or injuries. The way she did it in the manga, it wasn't even like that in the anime. And for me, that's something very small, yes, but it gets much bigger than that, doesn't it? Like, if you can make such a small change, then you now start seeing other missing things. The fight between Transvestia, that's Sunsun, Milarose, and Apache, against Kyuge, right? When Kyuge absorbed iron, right? Milarose carried carried Apache and Sunsun, and they retreated from Kyuge. They came and they met Inoue, where Inoue was with Chai. And Sunsun did some kind of technique. It's called Muda. And that technique kind of camouflages them, right? And so they couldn't be seen. But Kyuge was able, because of his heightened sense, he was able to do it and he absorbed that technique. That was missing from the anime. And I'm like, why? Because even in that moment where Kyuge was approaching, right? They had time. They felt they had bought time. So there was even an exchange between Milarose and Inoue, where Milarose recognized Inoue as the princess that Aizen brought. So there was that communication, there was that YouTube, and they're like gatekeeping, they're damage controlling, and I don't like that shit.
The thing is that they've been saying they'll do this thing they'll launch it for almost a year now.
Yeah, it was announced last year that it was going to come out, yes.
Is it that they didn't start working on it when they start announced, or is it when they...
For me, if you are doing a manga, or if you are transforming the manga to an anime, all the panels must be inside.
Yeah.
For me, that's the first rule.
All the panels must be inside.
The panels, the interactions, the artist, the mangaka knows why he's drawing those things. You understand? So that first thing where Inoue asks Ichigo if he's hurt, so we can juxtapose what happened in the manga, what happened in anime with all the things that we're talking about, right? For me, that has significance. Everything Kubo does has significance. He says it himself. He says that for him, he has 3 layers, right? So there's the thing that everybody will notice, right? But there's the thing that only 1 in 1,000 will notice. There's another thing that only 1 in 100,000 will notice. That's how he draws. So where they've given you the anime or the manga to start doing, they're cutting stuff out. Who the fuck are you? You understand? So it really pisses me off. The part that actually you're talking about, like not being hyped, but what really got me hyped was the part where the Quincy's invaded and they started stealing the bankai.
No, I think what I really liked was, there's one intro, but the part of it cuts that guy's hand was not like one of the reporters now taking to report to him.
Okay, that is yeah.
They sliced his hand because that was not like. Are you sure you're going to sit down and talk to me?
Yeah.
Then it's only your legs.
Yeah. And yes, oh my god, the guy, what's the Yuhaba? His voice, his courage, his animation, everything is perfect.
On point,
Like, I don't know where they got that guy's voice from. I don't know his name. It doesn't matter, but he needs a shout out. But man, that guy, all my life. I actually tweeted about it, which is strange because I don't put personal stuff on Twitter. But I was so moved that I had to just be like, this guy needs some recognition.
Yeah.
So, another thing they cut out during the fight was that, okay, we know that something happened to Sasakibe's Bankai, right? And the Shinigami were not sure what happened. The common theory was that it was sealed, right? So going into it, it was like, okay, the reason why Soifon, Byakuya, Komamura, and Toshiro did the Bankai, because Soifon actually said it, that look, we know that these guys can do something to the Bankai. We don't know what it is, but if we just do the Bankai and eliminate them before they can do that thing that they said they can do, then the problem itself is solved. That conversation was not in the manga. So it was so stupid, like it was just like, oh, something happened to Vice Captain Sasakibe's Bankai, let's just do our Bankai and risk. You understand? There was a reasoning behind it. Soifon was like, and Soifon has the right to make that deduction because her Bankai is a very dangerous Bankai, right? That she can only do once in 3 days. So her own reasoning, which made sense, was that we can just eliminate these guys in one fell swoop. But that reasoning was not placed. Even when Sasakibe died, during the funeral, Byakuya gave an eulogy about Sasakibe. He said, he gave us exposition on the character, right? Talked about how this guy has been working behind Yamamoto for more than 2,000 years, right? He talked about the fact that he had a Bankai since before all of them. Like, we youngsters don't even understand the depth of the relationship and the amount of power that this guy has accumulated, right, over those 2,000 years. And he was talking about the fact that that person used his Bankai for the first time in battle and lost it. You understand? So Byakuya is...
But I think they showed that part.
They showed it because that part was also in the manga, but I'm talking about Byakuya talking about it, that youngsters like us younger captains don't understand the level of...
I was the vice captain for...
Right. Byakuya talked about the fact that even after Aizen left, Aizen, Gin, and Komamura, even after they left, those positions were open for Sasakibe to become a captain himself, but he rejected it.
Yeah.
Can you see all this exposition?
The guy has been rejecting captains for like years now.
Right, but what I'm saying is that in the manga, Kuchiki Byakuya, captain of 6th Division, gave us these expositions, and the animators decided not to put it in. Why?
Because something about that character is that nothing is really known about him.
Nobody knows anything about him.
Yeah, we just know him as vice captain.
The only time we saw him was in season 1, when Ichigo was trying to rescue Rukia after he got her from the Sokyo school. Right? He came down, he put his sword down, 3 vice captains came to attack Ichigo. 2nd Division, 4th Division, and 1st Division. That was Sasakibe. Sasakibe came with his Shikai, and Ichigo destroyed it in one hit.